Okay, we might as well do it while you're down there, Matt, rather than wait for you to come up.
Yeah,
so
it'll take me a while.
It'll take you a while. Our AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
Riley West in that third
Riley
term.
West, yeah, that's my one.
That was our one. Our executive maintenance mark of the day, Curtis Taylor.
Yes.
At that part.
Down.
And obviously because of the conditions, it wasn't a high specky type mark type of day. And that would lead us to our votes.
You want me to...
If you've got them, you go for it, mate.
I haven't, but I'll work backwards because I gave 4 votes to Ed McHenry. He was in the thick of things today and kicked 2 goals, created a number of other scoring opportunities, so he got my 4 votes. I'm going to give 3 votes to Riley West. Thought he was the best for the Calder Cannons today, provided plenty of options in the middle and also kicked a goal. 2 votes I'm going to give to Jay Dalhouse. I thought his game inside attacking 50 was really good. Applied a lot of defensive pressure, kicked 2 goals as well. And the 1 vote, I'm going to give it to Milton Connell. I thought he had a very good game today for the Calder Cannons. Not great in terms of disposals, but I think, as we alluded to, the influence and efficiency was his strong point today.
Beautiful. What were your thoughts, Pete?
Yeah, I just thought it was really hard to pick. Like, I sort of agree to an extent. I think the top 2 were the top 2. I gave 4 votes to Ed McHenry. I just thought he was everywhere. He was fantastic. I gave the 3 to Riley West because he just kept trying all game, kicked a very crucial goal from the stoppages we just spoke about. 2 votes I gave to another small, Sam Torpey. I thought he was quite good. Just came up with those little glimpses of brilliance and a bit of running, and I didn't mind his game. And 1 I gave to Harrison Jones of Calder. I thought his ruck work was really good, and he wins a fair bit of the footy around the ground too. I'm
a bit Matt, and I'm a bit Pete with mine. I gave 1 vote to Jay Dalhouse. Loved his game. The longer it went, and Torpey was he's a similar sort of player. Yeah. Both played an excellent game there. I gave 2 votes. The guy you mentioned, I don't think anyone else would mention him, but I thought Harrison Jones did a great job. Not as big as the Geelong ruckman, but I thought he toiled well, and I liked the way he followed up his work. And the same as you guys, I gave 3 to Riley West and 4 to Ed McHenry, who started the game a bit infamously. He certainly came to play in a final, in an elimination final. That's what I liked about his game. And he finished it off, and as you mentioned him earlier, and he started to play a very big part in the win. That is wildcard footy. I love it. I'm all over it. I can't wait for the next one to start, which the GWV Rebels are out on the ground. It's due to start in about 7 minutes. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the Rebels versus the Northern Knights. This is TAC Cup Radio, streaming live through the TAC Cup website.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. Schoolwear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
back here at TAC Cup Radio ahead of the second game between the Northern Knights and the GWV Rebels. We just saw an absolute thriller play out between the Geelong Falcons and the Calder Cannons, where the Geelong Falcons got up courtesy of a Charlie Sprague point in the last minute. They won 56-55, and we're here for the start of the second game.
It is the Knights and the Rebels. I'm going for the Knights. Who are you going for, Pete?
I'm going to go the Rebels just to spite you, to be honest. I think the Knights will probably win, but I'm going to go Rebels just to. Yeah.
No, there's no better reason than football that go for spite. What about you, Matt?
I'm going for the Knights.
As the ball comes out, quick kick off the carpet by Bokert. Now it is the Rebels. They're going forward through Lloyd and off hands and over the boundary line out of bounds.
Now, I know you guys haven't seen him. Jamara Ugelhagen. Keep an eye. 16-year-old, lanky, tall, very dangerous, very good.
Okay, I noticed his name on the team sheet. Thought I hadn't seen it before.
Yep, keep an eye on him. If it gets down there, keep an eye on him. He's,
As the ball is in dispute. Caught in a tackle, and the umpire will come in. The Knights are kicking to the highway end, and the Rebels to the scoreboard end. Always get my directions skew if in this place, Matto. I'm going to get the compass up on the phone when I can't even find my compass. There we go. Yes. No, that's the southern end. That's the northern end. Doesn't seem right to me, but anyway, that's what we're doing. As the ball comes off hands, Northern Knights, good work, string of handballs, caught in a tackle. Now they kick forward, and mark almost taken by Ugelhagen. Northern looking to clear, and that was Potter. Hard up against the boundary, and it is just walked over by Lucente. The ball to be thrown in front of the grandstand. Some more dirty weather coming our way. Looks like it's going to come and go all day. Boundary umpire sets.
Gillard and Cleaver having a bit of a word.
Potter. They go backwards. Intercept. Gee, that went all of 5 metres.
Underrated Craig Peters.
Cooper Craig Peters. They go forward. Here's a chance for the Rebels. Caught, slung in a tackle. It comes out. Kicked.
Ooh.
That was Sonny Brazier. Stays in and just seen over the boundary line out of bounds. Good to see Braden Gillard. Got injured earlier in the year.
Yeah, he came back last week, and you know, he's been playing forward a lot because of his, I guess, elbow injury. That's why he's got the brace.
Tossed back in. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Rebels. Schnaring caught. Dintin Asante gets it towards the centre wing for the Northern Knights. Just a bit chaotic in the opening 3 minutes of this first term of the second wild card match. Great tackle there applied by Mitch Martin. Will be rewarded.
50 metres?
Should have been.
Talented bottom major, this kid.
Martin, high ball. Long ball inside 50, off hands. There's a snap, it'll fall short, goal square. Great mark taken by Jed Hill.
Can play.
Can play. Like, he's come on in leaps and bounds this year. And just watch if he's ever on a lead, because that vertical leap, he's like a jack in the box. He just goes up and up and up. And he kicked 2 goals in the opening term last week and 3 goals all up. He's probably the one to watch from the Rebels.
Sets himself for the opening and puts it straight over the top of the goal umpire's hat.
He's a bit like Eddie Betts when it comes to first goals. If there was a first goals, if you wanted to decide who's going to kick the first one, he's a pretty good one to go with.
Of course, we do advise people to gamble responsibly, Peter.
I'm not saying about gambling. I'm just saying if you're picking one.
First goal kicker, I thought, gee, they opened a market on that.
No. I'm just saying if you had to pick someone.
Oh, yes.
You're the one who's into the racing. I'm just saying if you had to pick someone. I don't Get into your levels.
Brazier, good handball. Goes out wide. This is Tommy McKenzie. Kicks deep. Knights moving quickly inside 50. Ball wrapped up. Getting dark here. They keep the ball alive. Quick kick. That he goes back to take the mark. Got to be kidding. Ball kicked. Bouncing inside the centre square. Knights. They get it through to Potter. Needs to be quick. He is by hand. Dinky kick set up. Comes over the back. Close to the boundary line. No, stays in. That was close to out. Now there are chances. The rain comes down. Ball still being kept alive. Lloyd.
Oh.
That one's missed. Now there's a quick kick forward. Ball bounces. Brazier. His kick is smothered. Off the boot. Now the Rebels are on the run. Big long kick up forward. This is Ugelhagen. Runs after it. Gets onto his left. He's got a teammate in Butler. He takes it. Quick kick inside 50. Charlie. And mark taken for the Rebels.
Charlie Wilson.
And this is Isaac Grant.
Oh, they're going with the same hairstyle. Interesting.
Isaac
I like
Grant has that's got cooler.
Yeah.
As Grant comes in, directly in front, kicks and hooks, and just scrapes it in for a point. 1-1-7 on the NG scoreboard. The Rebels, Knights yet to score. 6.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
As the ball's disappeared over the back of the hill. Yes. So the Rebels with a 7-point advantage, heading towards 7 minutes in the opening term. Knights, hurry kick towards the outer side, floated over the back of the contest. Running onto it was Wright, got pushed over the boundary line and out of play. Centre wing outer side, and not looking the like of this band. I think this is going to last a little longer than the other ones that we've seen.
Starting to blow in a little bit here.
Ball back into play. Yeah, getting caught is Jennings with the ball in his hands. He's wrapped up by Gardner. We'll get a ball up. Centre wing outer side. 1-1-7 the Greater Western Victoria Rebels. No score the Knights on the NG scoreboard. As the Rebels look to clear. Good, great tackle. They cause the turnover, the Knights, and Gardner flicks it towards the broadcast side. Over the head of Lucente. Centre wing. They had White to mop up. Came off the side of his boot, though. Over the boundary line and out of play at half forward. 8 gone, opening term, Technica time clock. That rain is very heavy. Tossed back in, it'll be pushed back towards the boundary line and out of play.
Ball to be thrown in.
Bit stagnant, this opening term of footy.
We came off a very frenetic quarter about half an hour ago. It takes a little while for everyone just to gather their thoughts.
Even the players out there that weren't watching it.
Gardner, handball. They're forcing the ball forward. In the back, says the umpire.
Yep.
And this will be Jackson Davies to have a shot. He is on a 50-degree angle. He will kick from 37 metres out. Cannon's first, Knight's first shot at goal.
You're still wishing it was the first game.
And it is a point. First score for the Knights, 1 behind. The Rebels are 1-1-7. We're 9.5 minutes in.
That'd be the worst place to kick from. The rain's blowing right into your face when you're lining up.
The Rebels kick out to the grandstand side. The big men fly. It's punched to the side. Free kick there to Isaac Grant. Inside defensive 50. Kicks to centre wing. Knights. Oh, solidly met. And the umpire will ball this up. Teams just sorting themselves out. Darcy McKeldrew is a big fella. Caught underneath. Carafa. Caught. They can't get rid of it. Guard. That is Craig Peters. Oh, trying to get it out. Mackenzie can't. It's just a real struggle. Carafa can't. The ball on the carpet. It's getting shovelled. And the umpire eventually blows the whistle. And we'll come in and ball this up. We're on centre wing, between the centre circle and the centre wing. McKeldrew, no, can't take it. Little soccer forward. Might have been in the back. No call, says the umpire. Caught. Doesn't get much scrappier than this. Gillard. Nice little get out. And the ball is eventually taken over by James Lucente. The 50-metre line, where the 50-metre arc hits the boundary line. 11.5 minutes in. 7 plays 1. Rain just abating a little bit from the heavy stuff. Comes out the back for the Knights. Can't get, got double tackle. In the back, says the umpire. And the free kick will be taken by Jackson Davies. He kicks deep inside 50. Comes off hands. Over the boundary line, out of bounds, forward pocket, northern end.
Just noticed one of our favourites here on TAC Cup Radio from the Rebels, Jacob Lohman.
Yes.
He's gone with a new hairstyle, just currently down on the interchange bench.
Oh, short back and sides.
Yeah, used to seeing him in the long locks. Be nice and fresh, especially when you're not used to it. Ball back into play. Knights attacking. Again, the ball just bobbling around. Top of the goal square, highway end of Mars Stadium. Trapping it in there was Lucenti, and the umpire says going nowhere. I'll toss it up. Deep inside, attacking 50. McEldrew won it down. Kick smothered from Boyd over the boundary line and out of play. They will throw it in. 13 gone, opening term. Their second wild card game on the Technica time clock. 6 points advantage to the Rebels as the rain picks up again. Lloyd trying to work the handball clear. Eventually they retreated over the line through Carlin. And another minor score the way of the Knights. They're 2 behinds. 1-1-7 the Rebels. It was a risky kick.
Strong.
Back in. Isaac Grant was the one that took that mark.
I like that he kicked it and then turned around like, oh, that wasn't me. Who did that?
It's caught on camera, so no escaping. Ball to be tossed in. Half forward flank. Broadcast side for the Knights. Have been able to trap it in there forward half for the last 5 minutes. McEldrew won it down to Carlin. Handballs it over the top. Under pressure. They kick it inside 50 to the Knights. The hot handball inboard, ineffective. And the kick across the face of goal will travel back over the boundary line and out of play from Lucenti.
Good play by Cameron Wild there, who came in. Sometimes when you've got a bloke set up underneath you to tackle, you go in a bit too hard and give the free kick away. It was good play. Ball thrown in, forward pocket. Knights have had it up here for about 5 or 10 minutes. Not getting any score, not giving away any score. Kick, it's a scrubber. Rebels should clear, just spill it at the wrong time. Caught in a tackle. Umpire looks at that one and says, no, I'll ball it up. We are 15 minutes into this first term, 7 plays 2. Tap down. Lucente, he's over the footy, can't pick it up. Rebels trying to defend it. There's a little, there's half a kick. Eventually it comes out. Now Wild can't, no clean footy at the moment. That is around the neck. Of that there is no doubt. And the Rebels will take the resultant free kick.
They bring it to the broadcast wing where it dribbles over the boundary line and out of play in front of Carlin. There's some work on the interchange bench. Been waiting a little while for the ball to travel to this side of the ground. We'll throw it in. Centre wing grandstand side of Mars Stadium. As the umpire's picked out a free kick and it will go the way of the Rebels. Glanford to take it. Gives the handball off to Lloyd. Long ball towards half forward. Oh, nearly. Almost taken from the Rebels by Hugel Hagen, but unfortunately he wasn't able to bring it in. Knights. Hurry kick on the boot goes over the boundary line and out of play. Stop-start footy. Opening term of the second wildcard match here at Mars Stadium. Earlier today, the Geelong Falcons getting up by 1 point over the Calder Cannons, sees them through to the elimination finals next week. Again, the ball bobbling around. Craig Peters fires it out. Lloyd on the outside, gives the handball off to Dodd. He's offline with the kick, though, and a minor score. 1-2-8, the Rebels, leading the Knights. 2 behinds on the NG scoreboard. 17 minutes in to the opening term on the Technica time clock.
Knighters to bring it in. Little kick. Now the long kick to the grandstand side. Carlin and Gardner. Carlin, good hands. Oh. They go forward here through Ranieri. We're in the hot spot. Oh, that might have been a free kick. And it'll be taken by Justin McInerney. McInerney goes backwards. Gets it across, finds Carafa. Carafa goes out wide. Comes off the back of the pack to Bokert. Bokert on the right foot. Nice punch off. Plenty of Rebels there. Caught in a tackle. Could have been dispossessed. Comes out. Now it's dished out. Bokert misses the handball. Now the Rebels are in the van. Gets caught in heavy traffic. Now, quick kick forward. This is Sam Philp. Gillard can't take it. Rebels clearing through Polkinghorne. Now it's across to Dodd. Centre wing. Knights again through Philp and mark taken. It was a quick kick and the mark taken. 2 kicks out from goal. They kick it to the hot spot. No one knows where the footy's gone. Now the Rebels caught. Handball out of trouble. Nice clearer to Carlin. Back into trouble. The Knights through Gillard. Kicks it around the corner. Who can mark it? Punch to the ground again. Front and square. Wild comes in. Oh. Gee, might have been in the back. Rebels clear. Oh. And comes over the top, Mackenzie. What a unattractive game of footy so far.
The same hairstyles. One of them needs to have a haircut on the bench, I tell you. Wilson and Grant.
Ball to be thrown in. We're between wing and half forward on the western side of the ground. 1-2-8 plays 2 behinds. We're coming up to 20 minutes in the first quarter. Carafa trying to run onto it. We're inside 50. Good tackle by Gillard. He's got his man.
Yeah, he's telling him a few suggestive things for the next time he picks up the ball, I think.
Up she goes. Gardner was held without it. Ryan Gardner, he'll kick from outside 50. Tries to spot up a man. Oh. It's missed. It's over the top of it. He'll need to be... Oh, jeez. That had been Essendon, would have been holding the ball. I have that feeling. I know that feeling.
He slipped over, I think, and I think they gave him benefit of the doubt.
As the Knights.
Geez, I tell you, there's some...
Now there's a free kick.
There's a fair bit of mayo going on here. There's a... You know, they're just making a lot of sandwiches around here with their extra mayo, with their free kicks. I mean, both sides are doing it. In the wet, they're making sure they're sort of slipping over and putting the arms out. It's, I guess you got to get them, but yeah.
Pity Ham isn't playing in this match.
Could have Ham and
That's
mayo.
it. That's it. Oh.
Josh Dintinasante has got the resultant free kick. He's gone back a long way, but he can kick from about 14 or 15 metres out. Near enough to directly in front. And he slams it through. That's the Knights first. They move on to 1-2-8. They draw level with the Rebels, 1-2-8 on the NG scoreboard. 21 and a half minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Well, the winner of this game plays Dandenong, so that probably it's probably it's not exactly the... I guess whoever wins this, it's not really an ideal match. I don't think either of these teams are going to match up to Dandenong, so which is nothing against them. I mean, let's face it, I don't think anyone bar Oakley is going to match up to Dandenong. So,
and even then, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Ball back in the middle. Dispossessed, Schneering. Lohman lost control of it. Rebels keep fighting for it. Schneering went back in after it. And now Martin's caught. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Just forward of the centre wing. Tap one down by Glanford, but straight into a pack again. Dodd this time, all wrapped up. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Glanford won the tap down. Pushed towards the boundary line by Bokert. Stayed in play. Yodji. Handballs it Mackenzie's way. He nearly turned it over. Polkinghorn lost control of it for the Rebels. The umpire says we're going nowhere. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Northern Knights as we tick towards quarter time here at Mars Stadium. Dintinosante goes inside attacking 50. Offhands Rebels. Right. Puts it over the top. Oh, pop back into his hands without getting the 1-2. Ugelhagen on the outer wing. He's caught. Somehow managed to get the handball away. But it's immediately trapped in, and the umpire said holding the ball. Free kick to go the way of the Rebels.
Yeah.
Wareham on the outer wing. Long inside attacking 50. Watts lost control of it. They're just hurrying it forward, the Rebels. Eventually ended up in the hands of White.
Did not look.
It was a hoping kick, and Martin will get there first. Gives the handball off to Dodd. Poked it inside attacking 50.
Yes. Oh.
And Isaac Grant
Very lucky.
dealt with after he took the mark.
Anyway.
He pokes it inboard, and Charlie
man.
Wilson takes the mark.
This is one man you don't want to put space in front of because he is very dangerous in front of goals. I don't think anyone really noticed, but there were equal 3 leading goal kickers in the competition. Hudson Garoni, Charlie Wilson and Jake Gaspar. So
right.
worth putting that note down.
So Charlie Wilson comes in as it looks like Grant's coming off the ground. Wilson's put it to the near side. And a minor score to put them back in front by a point. 139. The Rebels leading the Knights 128 on the NG scoreboard as we're about to hit quarter time on the Technica time clock. Fairly lackluster opening term after what we came off the final term of the last game.
Yeah.
Rebels, though, seem to be capitalising on their opportunities a little more.
They always play really well early on. Like, they always come out firing and everything like that, and they seem to do really well, but then it's just something that later in the game they just don't seem to have the same intensity, and the opposition gets on top of them and they drop their heads a little bit. So the goal for them would be just to have a 4-quarter effort. It doesn't matter if you lose, but have a 4-quarter effort. That's really what I'd be looking for them.
Not that I'm a picture of fitness. I wonder if how much fitness comes into a game like that. Like, there's a lot of tackling, getting up, getting dragged. You can't run free. It's not the aerobic stuff. It's all the stuff that's getting knocked out of you all the time.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how the two teams develop. At some stage, you'd hope that the game would break open. I've got the goal kickers. Josh Tinnis. We're so good at saying it sometimes, and other times we're not. Josh Tinasante for the Knights and Jen Hill for the Rebels are the goal kickers, Matto.
They are, which sees the score at 139. The Rebels, Knights 128 at quarter time. We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio and the taccup.com.au video live stream.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. Media powering AFL Draft Central continues to revolutionise the way AFL Draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL Draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Mars Stadium, the second wild card match between the Rebels and the Knights, and the Rebels hold sway at quarter time with a 1-point advantage. Weather's still playing a little part. We had a fair bit of rain early in that opening term.
I think you've been a little kind.
It was driving rain there for a little while.
For a little while, but yeah, it's not quite the same intensity of the other teams. And I think that's because these guys, while they've got some good players, the other teams, you've got your Sam Walshes and your Riley Wests, your real top-end quality talents. And they've got some players that, you know, are certainly hoping to be drafted at the end of the year. But, I mean, there's not a Sam Walsh out there that's going to break the game open and you're going to, you know, be amazed. So there's quite a few handy players, and Rebels are getting it done at the moment. But, yeah, I don't expect this to be a 20-goal shootout. So
No, it won't be a 20-goal shootout.
I think we'll be lucky to get to 20 goals for the day, won't we?
yeah, jeez, what was it? There's 16 goals settled down in the first game.
We only need
we're up to 18. Yeah, we're up to 18 at the moment now, Coxie. We only need 2 more for the game, although
Told you my numbers weren't that good.
yeah, 2 more. I hope we get more than 2 more for this game. Otherwise,
Who are some of the names that we're looking at in this?
yeah, well, Tom McKenzie from Northern's the one to, I guess, really keep an eye out for. Justin McInerney, look, he got a state combine invite, so, you know, he's got a few that are sniffing around. For Rebels, Jet Hill's the main one, I think. He got a state combine as well, as did Charlie Wilson, and he's done really, really well. And Matty Lloyd, I guess, to an extent too, got a state combine. So there's 5 players with combine invites, and Mackenzie's the one with the national.
Just waiting for the final few to make their way off the ground. 1-point lead to the Rebels. Second term action. Here's Phil Crooks.
McKeldrew gets the slightest of taps, but it's the Knights that get the clearance. Kick inside 50, caught, slung, holding the ball. And the umpire agrees with me. And it's the Rebels that take the resultant free kick. They kick out wide. Reasonable conditions now to be playing footy. Looking for a little bit better display in the second term.
Oof,
oh, man in front. There's an executive maintenance, early doors. Stefan Uzelac. Good, strong, contested mark. Uzelac. Kicks to centre wing. Bogut caught. And, no, not pinged. Driven into the dirt there, young Rhino. Goes Rebels by hand, gets it to Schnering, inside 50, comes off the hands of the pack, close to the boundary line. They keep it in, caught, laid it off. Knights have got the numbers. Potter, oh gee, this has got danger written all over it, but mark taken. Justin McInerney plays on straight away. They work it forward. And the ball is over the boundary line and out of bounds. Good work by Sturgis to get the ball up to this point. We're right on centre wing. Right in front of the commentary team, high up in the stand. Good, some good drying work by the boundary umpire on his socks. Keeping the Sharon. In she goes. You can hear the call. Hold, 29 Rebels, and Glanford takes it. He lays it off straight away to Marnie. Oh. Kicks to 50. Defensive punch on a mark that could have been taken.
Well,
there's
Tyler
a snap
Watts
on goal here. Oh, there we go. Got it too.
Oh,
Tyler Watts. AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender early doors.
Oh, Matt Barmer would like that one, I tell you. He wanted a shout out, so
He did.
He'll have a good chuckle at that one. I think he likes when the big ruckman don't mind picking off the deck and having a crack.
Well, good. Hello to Matt.
Yeah,
And, he wants to introduce the AFL Draft Central point.
Yeah, he does.
He's following Sam Pang on the front bar there. Matto. So the scoreboard
goal,
reading
though.
2-3-15 NG scoreboard 1-2-8 the Knights. We're 3 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
So Rebels, Lohman got a handball over the top. Ranieri have worked it wide. Hurry kick on the boot by Hellier towards the centre wing. Craig Peters now.
Here we go.
Another hurried
Here we
kick.
go, come on.
Ugelhagen, though, takes it on the half volley, pops the handball over the top to Hill. He settles from 30 metres out. Great build-up from the Rebels.
Never in doubt once it got to Jed Hill there.
Jed Hill gets his second goal. And the Rebels spring out to a nice little lead. 3-3-21 to 1-2-8 on the NG scoreboard, approaching 4 minutes in the second term on the Technica time clock.
Nice little pick up there from Ugelhagen too, off the bounce.
What's his background, Pete?
He's playing at Scotch at the moment, but he's from Warrnambool, so down that way. Yeah.
Ball. Knights.
I believe he's next gen too with the Bulldogs, if that's
Okay.
the question you're looking for.
Sonny Brazier kicks up forward. Lucente can't quite take it. Wild.
Oof.
Slipped as it's kicked. Underneath it, Brazier, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. .55 metres away from the Knights' goal. They wouldn't want to let the Rebels get another one. Carlin. Neat kick in the end. Comes out wide here to Grant. Grant goes forward. Got an open forward line. Jed Hill goes out wide. They're not manning up. Now the kick to the top of the 50. It is...
Matty Lou. Is it? Or Mitch Matt?
Just, it was good play by Jed Hill.
Yep,
Matty Lloyd, I thought so. He's
Matty
in plenty
Lloyd.
of space there, so
Don't get too excited here, Crooksy.
Do you know how conflicting this is for me, Peter?
why? Are you saying that...
Matty Lloyd on one hand.
Oh, that
Who's he
he's
playing for? Who's he playing
Spaven.
against? Lloyd comes in. He's directly in front. Kicks. Nice off the boot. Straight
No
through the
worries.
middle. Three in a row to the Rebels.
Imagine if you tipped the Rebels in the tipping.
Oh, no. 4-3-27 to 1-2-8 NG scoreboard. Approaching 6 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Great start to the second quarter for the Rebels.
It is a very decent start. They've bounded out of the blocks, obviously. Got a bit of a tune-up from Mark Gregg at quarter time. Only thing missing from that set shot there was the grass into the air and the number 18 on the
I think
back.
it'd fall flat with this grass, but yes.
Not a lot of breeze out there today, which is a positive thing from our vantage point out on the balcony. As Schneering trying to burst his way through the pack. Get the sense the Knights are a little flat-footed at the moment. They're more reactive rather than hunting the footy. Whereas the Rebels are on a little bit of a roll. Good tackle applied by Ranieri to cause another stoppage. Ball between centre and half forward for the Knights. And they look to clear inside 50. Good fist to bring it to ground there from Cleaver. Lloyd chasing after it, popped it in front of himself. The umpire says throw it in. Between centre wing and half forward. Broadcast side for the Knights. They trail 1-2-8 on the NG scoreboard to the Rebels 4-3-27. And on the Technica time clock, we're 7 minutes into the second term. Knights again. High ball towards half forward. Lohman full of the ball, gets it out to Schneering. Popped it back into the middle. Great tackle from Gillard. Should be rewarded and will be.
Worth noting, Scotty Carlin went and played VFL last week, kicked a couple of goals, and now he's back in the Rebels side.
Played for
Werribee.
Phillip. High ball. Again, the Rebels are able to get a fist into the contest. Ranieri's been impressive so far in this second term. Knights are able to get it back inside, attacking 50. Came out the back. All black jumpers, though. And Cleaver able to rebound. Puts it into a better space on the outer side. Hill uses his soccer skills to push it towards the boundary line. Dodd was chasing it. Rebels just have a lot more numbers around at the moment. Cute kick from Hill was okay to Martin. Popped the handball over the top, searching for Butler on the outer side. He kicks it down along the boundary line. Bounces, stays in play. Randall for the Knights, mopping up. Chips it short. Mark taken by Phillip.
Slam and Sam told to play on. Kicks out to the outer wing. Got some numbers out there. Uselak. They release by hand. Now kick inside 50. And man in front there was Cleaver. And sees the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Often has to play a tall role, Cleaver, on a taller player.
Yeah.
He's played on Hudson Garoni earlier in the year, and that's given away quite a lot of 10 centimetres and about 12 kilograms to Hudson. So
good work. One to keep our eye on. 27 plays 8. 19-point lead halfway or early doors second quarter. Brazier. Quick kick forward. And the ball is over the boundary line and out of bounds. Jackson Davies not being able to take that one cleanly. Ball to be thrown in just near the point post. Boundary umpire taking his time to set and get ready. In she goes. Nothing can... Nice clearing kick. It's up in the air. Bit of a chaos footy. Not keeping their feet. Potter lays the tackle. Now Lloyd kicks along the line. The boundary line will win. Ball trickles over the interchange bench. Flood of players on and off. Boundary umpire again, set, throws in. McKenzie. They get it out, go forward through Sam Philp. He's been busy. Can they keep it in? No, they can't. No clean entry inside 50 for Northern, is there?
yeah, this is a different Rebels team that's come out. Like, they usually come out well early, but this is, yeah, they're looking impressive in this second term. Like, that's, yeah.
It's fair to say, well, I think anyway, Knights have probably had more possession. They just haven't been able to do a hell of a lot with it.
Yeah, they're playing wet weather footy, the Rebels. I think just getting it down, it's working.
High ball and...
Good courage.
Yeah,
Good courage on all front. Big McKeldrew there. He'd leave an impression on you.
See, if that was ham, we could have said it was a ham sandwich. Just to go back on your thing. Yeah.
Ball to be thrown in front of the grandstand. McKeldrew and Baker. Baker gets the little faint tap. He's looking for Gillard. McKenzie in there. Lohman. McKenzie may have been held. It's kicked around the corner. Ball spills. McKeldrew, quick hand. Oh, lovely hands by the Rebels. They go forward. Mark is taken by Charlie Wilson. Plays on.
Okay.
Oh.
Then it's 50.
Down.
Holding.
Free kick downfield.
Yeah.
Harrison Butler is getting the resultant free kick.
Rewind that last kick from Ranieri off half-back. Pinpoint perfect.
No one's gone to Wilson, who's just standing there by himself.
Just wandering.
Yeah, and he's someone who might even... No, he's not.
Someone's
okay.
coming. He's just... So we've got Harrison Butler coming in. And it's going to come back in. Beautiful kick, Butler. 5-3-33, the Rebels. The Knights are 1-2-8 on the NG scoreboard, and we're coming up to 13 minutes on the Technica time clock.
I think I'm going to start tipping in spite more often. This is brilliant.
This is how to win tip.
That's how you do it. Everyone, just tip whatever everyone else is doing, do the opposite. That's a good lesson right there.
They're playing well, the Rebels.
They are.
They are.
This is a different Rebels outfit to the one that came out last week, well and truly.
And their skills are highly efficient at the moment as well. Ball in the middle. McElroy won it down. The umpire says we're going nowhere, and I'm going to ball things up again. Gillard, the one caught that time around for the Knights. As McElroy again tried to paddle in front of himself. Stolen out of his hands. Knights on half-back. White.
Throw umpire.
Got into all sorts of trouble. Craig Peters now. Long ball inside 50. Front spot there was Butler. Dishes the handball off to Hill, who turned it over. There'll be another opportunity, though. Caught Wareham. They get it to Martin. Is a whistle from not the non-officiating umpire, the one 100 metres away.
He's just said cancel. What is
Barley
going on?
Charlie.
So, what?
He called advantage in goal. You can't do that. Ball will be brought back. Who's got it, Maddo?
Isaac Wareham.
Isaac Wareham. This will make it tough for the Knighters.
Yeah, what are we? We're 14 and a half in on the Technica time clock. So Wareham comes in. We'll kick it from just in the 50-metre arc.
Ooh,
He's a lovely, lovely kick.
another one.
Yep.
He's a good talent to watch for next year, Wareham.
Bottom major.
Yep. Doesn't win a lot of the footy, but he just makes good decisions and uses the ball well. So
Got a few bottom ages.
they do.
The
Both these
Rebels
teams
coming
do.
through.
Like that's the thing in saying that. While we say we don't have a lot of, I guess, top end, like top age talent right now, there is a lot of bottom age talent in there. So in both sides. So next year, these two teams, I reckon, won't go too badly.
5-goal quarter from the Rebels.
Yeah, just looking back. If they kick a sixth, I'm going to have to look back a fair way to see last time they kicked 6 1/4. So,
We're still in the middle of the ground. The ball's going nowhere. It'd be an understatement to say the Knights need one. Ball thrown up again in the circle. Glanford taps it down. Still inside the square. Comes out the back. Gillard might have been held when he didn't have it. Braden Gillard inside the square. Ends up just kicking in hope. Carlin underneath, punches it away. Now there's a chance. Brazier straight into the open goal and gets a much needed goal for the Northern Knights. That's his first. It's the Knights' second. They move on to 2-2-14 to 6-3-39 on the NG scoreboard. 16 and a half minutes in on the Technica time clock.
It was a little bit better there from the Knights. Long ball inside 50, put it to the dangerous spot. Clever bit of play to get it into Brazier's hands. And he's able to put it through for their second goal of the match, their first score for this second quarter. Rebels will nearly win the clearance, shrugging the tackle off Carlin. Hands and knees, got it across to Glanford, up and under kick. Bouncing ball between centre and half back for the Knights, who were able to get possession of it
football.
now. McKenzie goes inside, attacking 50. Brazier spilt it. Lohman mops up. goes wide to Schneering, pops it over the top. Lloyd, centre wing outer side for the Rebels. Spears it inboard to Carlin. They move it quickly. Another entry inside, attacking 50. Was a little awkward. Gardner mopping up now for the Knights. Flicks the ball out wide.
Good boy.
Hoping for Yodji to run onto it, and does. But his kick is well wide. Out on the full. Free kick to go the way of the Rebels with a handy lead, 6-3-39 to 2-2-14 on the NG scoreboard. 18 minutes gone. Second term on the Technica time clock.
Lloyd, nice long kick, comes out the back. Grant first back. Boundary line wins. Come round. We are 65 metres around from the Rebels' goal. They're kicking to the northern or highway end of the ground. Boundary umpire set. In the ruck for the Knights is Howard. Wrapped up in a tackle. Slung and kicked at the same time. Got the ball going forward. Rebels have got the numbers. Knights have got the footy. Gillard. Quick kick off the left boot. It's intercepted. Lloyd again, playing well.
No, Lloyd's over there.
Kicks to centre half forward.
Oof.
No.
See, that's what he could provide. He's raw, but oof.
Knights break clear. Oh, ambitious. Ambitious. Kept the ball in front of him, Uzelak. Now they're a chance. Lucente gets it. Kicks long inside 50. Brazier at the back. Back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. And just needs to go back, Sonny, and put it through.
Bit more excitement coming to the commentary box. Have you felt
Did you
it
note that, Pete?
in the last couple of minutes? I just feel like there's a bit more excitement coming from the middle caller region.
The atmosphere.
Yeah,
Did you feel the atmosphere rise in the
sort of
box?
was-
Bit like when it went down in the SEN box.
Jeez, there was like a
studio the
pressure
other day
valve.
with Nathan Buckley.
Oh.
Did you feel the atmosphere change?
Oh.
Brazier comes in and kicks. Oh, and it swings away.
And there it goes.
Another behind, 2-3-15 to 6-3-39. 24-point lead. 4-goal lead to the Rebels, 20 minutes into this second term.
I feel like I need to go into the demilitarised zone between you two for the second half. Rebels to bring the ball back into play. High ball, Glanford sitting underneath it, got taken out of his hands. Numbers with the Rebels. Carlin dished it off to Schneering, hurried kick on the boot, ball bouncing. Centre wing broadcast side, beat everyone. McInerney chasing it,
Yeah,
got caught high,
that was high.
and we'll get a free kick. Centre wing broadcast side here at Mars Stadium. The chip kick inboard hits up Randall. Still on the centre wing. I feel like the Knights need another goal. We're about 4 minutes from half time.
I hope the Rebels kick another one so I can pull off a nice statistic.
Schneering
Got a good one lined up.
coming out. Potter dishes the handball off. Jeez. Casualties left, right and centre. Schneering dishes it off. Polkinghorn puts it towards half forward. Randall takes it. Navigates his way beautifully. High ball. Sitting underneath it, though, is Carlin for the Rebels. Defensive side of the broadcast wing. He now goes long towards centre half forward. Hill bumped out of the contest. Knights with numbers. Uzelak sends the handball back inboard. Chain of handballs ended up to White. Goes out wide. Now Ranieri and Lucente out there, chasing after it. Spinning his way out there is Jennings for the Rebels. Popped it inside
out on the
50.
That-
And
Close.
Oh, yeah,
They
like I
thought it
wasn't
was,
sure
didn't
whether
they?
it hit the boot or not when it
what was it, the boot or the quad? 'Cause it was a
Yeah.
fair way down.
maybe benefited the doubt, I think.
So ball to be tossed back into play. Deep inside attacking 50 for the Rebels. 22 gone. Second term.
Knights have a heap in there. There's Rebels everywhere outside 50.
As picking up there was Grant. It was an up and under kick. Knights under a fair bit of pressure. White, hurry kick on the boot, ineffective. Hill pops it up. Sitting underneath it though is Davies for the Knights, and he moves it by hand quickly to the broadcast side. High ball off. Ugle Hagen was taken down. Opportunity though from Schneering. Schneering gets the goal. What's this stat, Pete?
Well, they've had one 7-goal quarter. This is the first time they've kicked 6 goals in a quarter. So it's since round 2, when they kicked 7 goals against the Falcons. This is the first time they've kicked more than 5 goals in a quarter. So second highest overall. If they can kick 2 more goals in the last 2 minutes,
oh, let's hope they
better.
do. Just to keep Mr. Statsman happy.
Well,
NG
we
scoreboard.
did a lot of Rebels games. I know that it'd have to get pretty close to being a record. So
Turning ugly in the commentary box.
Oh.
7-3-45 to 2-3-15. 30 points the difference. McEldrew. Ball in dispute. That'll be holding the ball.
No.
Gillard smothers the handball. Comes out the back. Whistle on play.
Oh, 3 to Rebels, but holding on.
Might get another one here.
Dodd. Polkinghorn.
Kick forward.
Oh.
Polkinghorn. Now they kick inside 50. Comes over the back. Plenty of too much time. There's a snap-on goal, and that will be a behind. 7-4-46 to 2-3-15. Entering the last minute before half-time as the rain kicks up again.
Tom Berry just walking the boundary line. So, of course, injured for the year.
It's kicked out to half-back. Comes off hands, and it is over the boundary line, out of bounds. Boundary umpire sets.
Made sure he took his time there with a few seconds remaining. Yeah.
Ball comes back in. Carafa. Siren, half-time. 7-4-46. Great half of footy. Great second quarter of footy by the Rebels. They kicked a record goals
Since round 2.
since round 2.
Didn't quite get there, but they've
good.
kicked 5 a few times. So 6 is quite a good stat. So
2-3-15 the Northern Knights. The goal kickers for the Knights, 1 to Din Tinasante and 1 to Sonny Brazier. And for the Rebels, 2 to Jed Hill, and then 1 each to Shering, Butler, Watts, Lloyd and Wareham. Is there one more? 1, 2, 3, 2. That's right.
No, all good.
All good.
Well,
There's the goal kickers.
if they can kick 10 goals in a game, there is 10 matches where they've kicked 9 or less. So there you go. So they need 3 more goals to be in the top 5 of their games for the season. There you go. So there's another stat.
He's all over it. The man from AFL Draft Central. He's got the numbers and stats.
He's doing well.
They only kicked 5 goals against Oakley last week, so that gives you a
A good indication of where they're at.
Good measuring stick. We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio and the live stream through taccup.com.au. Half-time, the Rebels, healthy advantage, 7-4-46, leading the Knights 2-3-15.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL Draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here, half-time. It is the GWV Rebels, 7-4-46, leading the Northern Knights 2-3-15 after a 6-goal second quarter. And in the earlier game, an absolute nail-biter. Geelong Falcons coming from 2 goals down in the last quarter to win by the solitary point, 8-8-56 to 8-7-55 against the Calder Cannons. Yesterday, Peter, we had the NAB, not the NAB anymore, is it? Is it? Yes, it is.
It's still NAB. They pretty much own everything.
I was going to think, yeah, well, it used to be the, I won't say, Norwich. Rising Star, and I thought it'd be interesting just to go through the top 5 yesterday and just sort of where they came from. So Jaden Stevenson, I think we mentioned at the start of the call, is someone that we both saw as a 16-year-old playing finals for Eastern Rangers.
Weighed about 20 kilos, running around.
It was just a tiny list. Nothing of him, was there?
No, he was very
From what you
skinny,
see now.
Yeah, even last year compared to now, he's certainly been spending time in the gym at the Pies for sure.
And not lost anything in the process.
No,
or brought on injury or soft tissue injury.
No,
so
he's been phenomenal.
He went. So he's been a guy that's been highly regarded. He was a guy highly regarded, and was probably picked as a number 1 draft pick at some stages throughout that period, but ended up going at 6 with a couple of things about his health. May have dropped that down a bit, but much to Collingwood's good due diligence, they've picked up an absolute ripper. Tom Doty. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. He's.
What was his story?
He's a former Geelong Falcon from a couple of years ago. He mostly played sort of that defensive role, but he did do rebounding as well. And I know he was a first-round pick by Adelaide, and I think at that stage everyone sort of went. It was the first sort of pick that they went, oh, hang on, who's this? And they had to start doing. A lot of Adelaide fans were confused because there were quite a few Adelaide or South Australian-based players that were still on the board at that stage, and I think a few of them were wondering why they'd picked up some, I guess, random Victorian, someone who on many draft boards wasn't up that high. You sort of had him at the mid-draft region, and they're sort of puzzling. And obviously he hadn't made his debut for a bit of time, but he was doing well in the SANFL. And this year, with Jake Lever departing, he's slotted into that role beautifully. And I think he's been one of the big improvers this year, and certainly, held his own.
He was a first rounder, but in the teens?
Yeah, in the teens,
correct.
in the teens,
wasn't he? I was trying to think where Adelaide were when they picked him up.
No, they don't get many high picks.
No,
maybe this year.
Yeah. Where'd they finish this year? They
somewhere
below us?
outside. It doesn't matter after the 8, does it? Those teams are irrelevant.
Oh, gee. For the first
time. Yeah.
Who was third yesterday? Witherden?
Witherden. He's another Geelong Falcon boy. Fantastic kick. Unbelievable. Broke his leg in the top age year.
So and his bottom age year was set. I can remember calling him brilliant. Yeah.
He was, lovely kick of the football. Took risks a lot, and we've seen that this year. Sometimes they don't pay off, but he's got that, I guess, license to be able to do it because he's got that penetrating kick and great vision. And, yeah, he's fantastic. He's been one of the many sort of coming through at Brisbane that have been shining lights. So,
And do you remember where he got picked up?
He
in the
was
draft?
around just inside that top 20, around pick 20. So later on in the first round, priority. He was one of those sort of priority picks they got at the end. 18, 19, yeah. So,
And didn't... how long before he debuted for Brisbane? Did he...
He debuted in his debut,
In
like
his
first season,
first year?
yeah, first year, and obviously didn't play the full 10 games because that's why he was eligible this year.
This year.
He did get a nomination last year, I believe, and then you can get him in both years.
both
So
seasons.
obviously this year I think he played in the second half of last year. Played pretty much all of them at the end.
Fourth yesterday?
Jackie Higgins.
Jack Higgins.
We are Morris medalist. Richmond first round. I think he's sort of become a bit of a cult hero, which I think we sort of knew he would be. He's a bit of a larrikin kind of, yeah.
So his Morris Medals speech last year gave light to the fact of he was pretty. He had the room in stitches. So
Still one
and
of the
nothing's changed.
best BNF speeches that I've ever
funny.
listened to.
He's and he's a classic case of someone that's playing the same style of footy that he played for Oakley. He plays for Richmond in that pocket, looking for goals and creating goals out of nothing.
Hang on, Crooksy, he's looking for snags.
Snags, looking for snags. That's exactly right. And do we know who was...
Fifth was Jack Henry, another Geelong Falcon. So, they just keep rolling them out. And Jack Henry was one who went quite late. And I think he might have even been a rookie, I'm not sure. But he was very late in the draft. And he was one that I really rated. It was just... I guess it was just consistency for him. He had that body. He was a lovely kick. He would move well. He had all the traits. It was sort of like you talk about, I guess, the jigsaw puzzle. He had all the pieces. It's just he had to try and put it together on a regular basis. And that's what he's doing for Geelong. And he's practically played everywhere, let's be honest. Back, forward, ruck, through the midfield. He can slot in anyway.
Is he... has the fact that Taylor hasn't been playing for Geelong sort of opened up a swing spot for him type of thing?
Yeah, he's a little bit, I guess, lighter than Taylor. He plays that little bit. He can play tall as well, but it's mostly because of his vertical leap. He's that sort of, I guess, 191 or about that height. So he's sort of that third tall, but he's got the mobility to play smaller as well. And obviously Geelong have had their injuries and they've missed quite a few through retirements and injuries, like Tom Lonergan obviously retired, so they've got a few in that back half and he's slotted in there perfectly.
He has done well. Another guy that, talking of the Barmer bias in Sandringham, a former Sandringham Dragon got delisted this week in Nathan Freeman. So the different courses that people take to get to play the game, I've probably said this on here, I can't remember everything I say on here, but the year he was with Sandringham, and what school did they all go to? They played school footy, Freeman and Salem and Zach Merritt and Josh Kelly. They played rep footy, school footy together, and for Sandringham, they didn't play a lot of games for Sandringham together, to be honest, but I mean, obviously the four of them, and I thought Freeman would be the best of them just because of his size. He was stocky and everything. And it's run a funny course, isn't it?
Yeah, probably not so funny for Freeman.
He seems to have taken it pretty well. I was really impressed the way
Yeah.
he fronted up for interviews and went into the radio and did an interview during the week.
I think he probably thought maybe his career was gone a while ago because of the injuries, repeated injuries and everything like that. I thought he was really stiff, to be honest. If you're St Kilda, I can understand if he's in a Richmond and they go, look, we've got all this, but St Kilda, I mean... I'm not sure. There were a few more. I assume based on what I've read in some parts that there might have been I don't know whether they've done tests and it's sort of like they're not sure whether he'll hold up long term. So I don't know.
Still fairly young though.
He is, yeah. But I would say it's more to do with they tested it and then they're like, yeah, we're not quite sure whether it's going to be an ongoing issue, regardless that he got back. But I still thought he was very, very stiff to get delisted because I thought there were quite a few at St Kilda that could make way before he did. So
He'd pop up on another list.
I don't know. Like if there is an injury concern for long term, I don't see how he could, but he wouldn't pop up on St Kilda's again because they knew what would come if they delisted him based on the feel-good nature. So if they were re-rookieing him, they would have said straight out, we're delisting him, but we're taking him back. Don't all come at us. So, and then they all came at him because they didn't do it. So, but yeah, I would have kept him on unless there is a really damning report. Because I would have kept him on personally.
I thought it was before this week, I thought St Kilda had pulled the right move and banked on someone that's going to come good in the second half because he didn't pale in comparison to the other three boys. No. He was a jet in the under 8 at what I saw of him. He was
his acceleration, and whether that is something that he has lost a little bit, I don't know. Like that acceleration and power through repeated hamstring injuries, because unfortunately with soft tissues you can do them again and again and again.
Yeah.
So. It's unlucky, really, because he's a very talented player, but it is what it is.
He should be good. Anyway, there's a lot of blokes that they delist. The other bloke that interests me before,
delist from St Kilda?
No, from North Melbourne was Billy Hartung. Rick if Rick's listening in, he'd remember this, that we called a game up at Bendigo when they had the 3 country games at Bendigo. And Billy Hartung was sensational. He played a great game. I remember him Rick interviewing on the ground afterwards, 3 votes. He was so we always kept an eye on him.
Yeah.
And what does he do wrong? Like why
not win a contested ball? I would say.
Does everyone have to win it? But because if he just
he does have the capability of he does. He's got the right traits, but you don't make it at AFL if you don't have those traits. If you're that outside, so he's definitely very outside, but. North need that, and I'm not sure whether I read they might be re-rookieing him, so that's a possibility, because I don't see what he's done wrong this year. He played fairly well earlier in the year. 13
or 14 games and then out injured.
I'm not certain. I reckon they're probably re-rookieing him, and I think he's done enough to earn a spot somewhere else if not, but it's a bit bizarre anyway, but I agree. I think he's done enough, and I don't know. They don't need a contested ball winner at North. They've got a heap of them. So
they want the outside run, I would have thought.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I agree.
Back to the game.
Here we go.
Let's see what can happen here.
Okay. Army helmets back on.
Taking his mind off it for a while.
I don't actually mind who wins, to be honest. I just like stirring Crooksy up. So.
Well, at the moment, it's the Rebels, 7-4-46, leading the Knights 2-3-15. Take us away, Crooksy.
Knights clear. Oh, solid. Free kick to the Rebels. Lloyd, no. And, pardon me, it'll come back to Ranieri.
Nice head of hair he's got.
Ranieri kicks to centre wing. Rebels go forward. Grant leads the race to the ball. Knights, handball backwards. Clearing kick by Joel Randall. And the Knights, they decide to go through the corridor. Carafa. They've got a man clear.
Oh.
On the run. Spots up. And Brazier on the chest. Footy 101, Northern Knights. That was clean and precise. And Sonny Brazier in the orange boots will line up.
Probably their best passage of play for the
All
game.
Day. Cleanest passage of play. Brazier on a pretty tight angle. He will kick from 36 metres out, kicking to the northern end of Mars Stadium.
And that was Tom McKenzie with that kick inside 50. No surprise why he's their sort of top draft prospect.
Brazier off a few steps.
Yeah, that was a bit of an odd
out of bounds on the full. Smacks of no routine. Bringing the ball back in for the Rebels is Braden Hellier. He kicks out wide. Brazier again. And out of bounds. 2 minutes in. No further addition to the score. 46 plays 15.
I think it's a crucial time for the Rebels here. They can't afford the Knights to get the first couple because they have been known to have a few runs against them, consecutive goals. So,
And they've built their way into a good position. You don't want to erode that. Whereas the Knights are trying to get back into this contest as the ball's pushed towards the boundary line and out of play by Craig Peters. We'll throw it in, still between centre wing and half forward outer side. For the Knights, kicking to the highway end of Mars Stadium in this third quarter. They win the tap down, and again, it's pushed back towards the boundary line. Over and out of play in the hands of Yoji. 31-point lead to the Rebels. Early stages of the third term. The umpire settles himself. Throws the ball back into play. Glanford applies the tackle, and it's spun out of play again in the hands of Yoji. Will
boundary umpire might as well just stand there because it's gone there 4 times in a row. Gill would not like this.
Gill can make things happen.
Yeah.
Get it changed.
Thrown in. Ranieri, here we go. Bit of open play now as the Rebels get it off half back. High ball in the hill direction, off hands. They've still got numbers here, the Rebels. They've moved it inside 50. As the kick is good. Mark is taken by Ugal Hagen.
Was he going for goal there, or was he passing? It sort of was in between.
There's a bit of both.
Yeah. Sitting on the fence, which is practically what he's doing now.
Well, this will indicate what he can do. Ugal Hagen. Hagen. No, minus score.
Yeah.
There was a Ugal played for
Kurt.
I think
Collingwood?
Troy Ugal.
Possibly.
For the West Coast.
Possibly. Kurt played for Collingwood, and he's still doing well over in the Waffle.
Knights bring the ball back in, straight down the hay diddle Mackenzie. Good strength. Told the play, going to get collared.
Oh, Waren's got him. Oof.
Good long handball, gets out of Barney Rubble. They kick inside 50. It's a Yorker. Can't pick the ball up. Rebels to clear. Lloyd puts in the little shorty to Hill. Hill picks it up. Kicks a scrubber. Ugal Haven. Spin it before he got it. And the ball will be thrown in. We're a couple of kicks round from the Rebels' goal, right in front of the grandstand. Up she goes. Carlin. Slung as he kicks it. It's a chaos ball inside 50. They all go without it. Uzelak by hand. Get themselves into a bit of trouble, but go out wide. Mackenzie, 2 bites of the cherry. Didn't need to play on them. The old don't argue. Now pushed off the footy. Mackenzie goes again. Ball comes out. Tough footy, hard footy. It's wild card footy. And the ball dribbles out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Saw the definition of that last game.
Yeah. No coming back for one of these sides. Well, no coming back from either by the end of next week, I'd say.
Glanford taps. Carafa goes wide. Bouncing footy. Kick is smothered. There's a slip. Ball in dispute. Oh, they come in hard. Gillard and Lucente. And the ball is over the boundary line, out of bounds, 55 metres around from the Knights' goal. We're 6.5 minutes into this third term. And no score, no goals added to this point. Carlin by hand. They get it across to Matty Lloyd. Lloyd kicks to half forward. There's some holding. And it goes to the Northern Knights. That surprised me.
I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was there. You're the only one that didn't think it was there.
Sturgis.
Oh, it's up topsy-turvy round.
Focus. Bizarro world.
Yeah, what is going on?
Free kick.
Oh.
Rebels, they
Boy.
go forward. They're loose.
Oh, on Martin. A crack.
They kick to the square,
Oh.
and the mark is taken. Uzelak.
He's really good back there. He's a really consistent player.
Rock of Gibraltar type.
Mm.
Now we've got Sturgis. Handballs inboard. Long kick by Davies to centre wing. Knights, he kicks it off the carpet. No Knights in there. McEldrew goes backward.
Yep.
He's got Schneering on the wing.
Wareham.
Good hands.
This'll-
It's a long kick forward
Nice
by
kick.
Wareham.
And
2 bites of the
oh.
cherry. Not quite taken by Grant. Wild. Just hacks in Hope. Ball on the carpet. The Rebels. Little left footer
Oh,
in.
nice.
Carlin gets
God.
it. Neat.
Hang on.
That was Dodd. Dodd who kicked it forward.
And that kick from Wareham, even though Grant didn't take it in the end, it was just that perfectly weighted kick. He didn't go to the obvious spot where the Knights are waiting. He put it to the advantage, and he was unlucky not to quite get that on the second or third bite there.
Coming in.
Put this
Kicks.
Put this one down.
And
That's
another
a
goal.
Yep, no doubt in there. Lovely kick of the football, Carlin.
And Scotty Carlin, that's his first.
Yep.
For the day, for the afternoon. 8:5:53 on the NG scoreboard. And the time clock was 8:53 as well. That was a bit scary. And 2:3:15, the Northern Knights. Technica time clock now 9 minutes. It was 8:5:53, and I looked across and it was 8:5:53.
38. That's 38, I believe.
That's exactly right. They're going all right, the Rebels. They look as though they're going to get through wildcard round. As the ball, Lohman spits it out. Carafa by hand backwards to Philp. Goes inboard. McKenzie. Tommy McKenzie on the right boot.
Oh.
Kicks inside. What? That was... gee, I can't-
How do you describe that?
I can't describe it.
Oh.
Lucente, Carafa.
Oh.
He's having a crack, Carafa.
When you can't take the mark, you might as well get a kick as a disposal. So that's what that was.
Straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Does that mark as a
I
disposal?
don't know.
I don't know.
Well, he's kicked it, so why not?
McEldrew. Carafa, Lucente, McKenzie. Lucente,
Oh, got.
blindsided. Now
Gotta be
the
careful,
Rebels. Wareham,
Wareham again.
boot.
Ooh.
Goes out wide to Martin. He leads the race. Beaten in the race. And tied up under a few. Boundary line's close. Over the boundary line, out of bounds. 10.5 minutes into the third term. And it is the Rebels by 38 points.
Ball to be tossed in. Rain so far held off in this third quarter, which is nice. Having said that, doesn't look too good.
Yeah, you also said that there weren't many goals kicked before the second quarter, and look what happened.
Yeah, have a habit of bringing things on as Craig Peters up against the boundary line. Walks it over and out of play.
By all means, do that every quarter. That was exciting.
Ball to be tossed in. 11 minutes into the third quarter on the Technica time clock. Boundary umpire hurls it back into play. Knights with numbers around the footy. Good tackle applied though from the Rebels. It was a little too high, and Northern Knights will have a free kick. They play on quickly. High ball. Inside 50, off hands. Lohman, oh, his handball was smothered. There's a free kick, though, going the way of the Rebels. And it will go the way of Hellier. Back pocket, outer side. He'll chip it short. Lohman takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Sends it down along the outer side. Contests. Ball to the ground. scrappy. The umpire said there was holding again. And a free kick will go the way of the Northern Knights and the way of Phillip. Centre wing on the outer side. He goes long inside, attacking 50. Oh, I think Naylor might have copped a falcon on the way through. This ball spilt into the hands of Wright, who was caught.
Oh,
the umpire
circling like a shark in Jaws. No.
And
didn't quite eat him.
doesn't say have the same sort of bite. Ball to be thrown up. Half forward flank. Offhand. Oh, head ripped off there, Gillard.
Speaking of Jaws.
One had a fair bit on it. So Gillard pokes it inside 50. He was searching for Gardner. Front spot though, Wright. Took the mark, back pocket.
Wareham's got some space on the outside.
And I get it to Cleaver, who was searching for Wareham, but now decides he wants to go inboard. It was risky, but pays off. Cooper Craig Peters takes the mark, flicks it wide. Well, the mark is taken by Hellier. Still on defensive 50. Just possessing the footy here, the Rebels. High ball to the wing, contest. Comes to ground. Lucente went without it. Phillip, missed opportunity. Rebels appear with it. Wilson stripped of it, turned over. Lucente goes inside, attacking 50. Bouncing ball. Naylor chasing after a boundary line, beats all comers. And we'll throw it in. 8-5-53, the Rebels. Leading the Knights 2-3-15 on the NG scoreboard. 14 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock.
Just fetching the ball from the seats. No one out there.
Knights desperately need to get a couple of quick ones. Get themselves back in this game. Ball thrown in. Comes up a little bit short. Comes over the back. Here's a chance. Snap on goal. Across the face. And out of bounds on the full. Rebels, no one on the mark. Just not switched on the Knights boys today. As it comes out, mark taken. This is Joel Randall. They kick inside 50. Carafa kicks around the corner. Behind.
Geez, it paid off, but that was an ugly looking kick inside 50.
It wasn't great, was it?
And Carafa's one I really like for next year. He's a great bottom major. They've got some real talent.
He's a bottom major, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's got a bit going for him.
Yeah,
I would
another
imagine.
year. Yeah. He played outside a lot this year, and then he went inside and did it there as well. So, really good player, both inside and out.
Blood rule here. Naylor having a bit of claret coming from the nose. That's what the stoppage in play was.
Okay.
So, Rebels to bring the ball back in. They bring it towards the broadcast side. Getting a hand to it, McInerney. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. They've had opportunities this quarter, the Knights.
Haven't kicked a goal.
No, the Rebels are doing well to hold up. I'm seeing how long this keeps up for.
Boundary umpire settles himself. We'll throw it in at the 16-minute mark of the third term on the Technica time clock. Glanford won the tap down, and it's seen back over the boundary line and out of play. Stop-start footy.
It's right up the Rebels. This is exactly what the Rebels would want.
Yep.
Yep, much time off the clock as they can get.
They've got the buffer. They did the hard work in the second quarter. So far, it's paying off. Ball clean bowls everyone. Knights momentarily. Rebels able to get it to Grant. Takes it defensive side of the broadcast wing. Pops it up towards the centre wing. Front spot was Brazier. Couldn't bring it in. Wilson. He's harassed. Ranieri now applies the tackle on Brazier. Has Craig Peters to help him out. And causes another stoppage. Centre wing broadcast side. 17 gone. Third term. Technica time clock. 8-5-53 the Rebels. 2-4-16 the Knights.
Ball trapped under a couple. Umpire has a look and says, you were trapped with the footy, and the free kick will go to Sam Philp. Philp goes in short. Spots up his teammate in Rossi. It's
Chaos.
Grant.
Just kick it low.
Goes out wide to Scotty Carlin, who marks on his May West. The umpire has a tumble. That's always funny for some reason.
Especially when he headbutts the 0 of the 50.
Don't ask me why. 45-degree angle, Scotty Carlin.
Just have a shot. Yes.
Carlin comes in. We're right behind this. And it comes around beautifully. That's a lovely goal, Scott Carlin.
2 in a row for him.
That's his second.
It is.
And
here's a good stat for you. He's the only goal kicker this term.
There you go.
9-5-59 to 2-4-16, and the Rebels are doing a job. And it is Phil Partington's birthday today.
Oh, I was saving that one. How'd you get that one? I was waiting till near the end, and then just as if they were still in front, I was going to pull that one out. Oh. I was waiting for one right at the end to be like, they must have won for Pardo, and then explained it. But, well.
19 minutes in on the Technical time clock. Martin goes in short. Defence goes up. Trapped in a tackle.
Jeez.
They're a chance again. They get clear. They go backwards and find Marnie. He can't grab it.
That was not
strong by Dintin Asante.
He might get a free for that, yeah. Jeez, that was
strong. Marnie comes in, kicks inside 50. Beats all comers. Hills at the back, looking dangerous, and the ball is seen over the line by Uzelac.
I don't think you'd want Carlin to kick another. He'll be outscoring the Knights then.
That's all we need.
There's a nice stat.
Ball thrown in. Brazier, hand. They get it out to Potter. They haven't been able to get any run out of Potter today. He's a guy that usually
He's another bottom major excited. Jeez.
And the ball will be tossed up. 20 minutes into this third term, 59 plays 16.
Yeah, Knights next year will be quite good, I think, with their solid core of bottom majors.
Ball up. Hurried footy on the boot for the Knights. 2-on-1 in favour of the Rebels, and they'll win out through right.
Here's Carlin.
Long ball inside.
Here's Carlin.
He called it. No, push-outs is the
no sense of theatre.
So free kick going the way of Randall for the Knights.
He was a bit stiff then, Carl.
Yeah, he was, I thought. Oh, well.
As they move it towards the outer wing. Again, they're unable to generate anything. Lohman coming in, caught. Umpire says high. Attacking side of the outer wing. So I reckon it's just dropped another couple of degrees in the last couple of minutes here at Mars.
I reckon one more will do it. I reckon.
I think it's done.
Yeah, no, I've been to a lot of Rebels games. So one more I'll do it. Just
still a window of opportunity.
Yeah, no, there's very much a window of opportunity. The fourth quarters have not been kind.
Have you two swapped sides this quarter?
No. I've resigned. I've raised the white flag.
Ball thrown in.
His membership's going to be revoked.
Watts inside 50, bouncing ball. Knights, that just about sums up their day. Tried to get the kick, slipped over, slid over the boundary line, ball in hand.
Haven't tipped a winner today.
I've lost track of how many.
I haven't seen the footy record, but he would have tipped. He knows I tipped the Knights. He would have tipped the Rebels.
Yeah. Inspired tip.
Was. Caught in a tackle inside 50. We're 22 minutes into this third term.
Just remember a couple of weeks ago where I tipped the Pioneers over the Rebels, and he reminded me for the entire second half. He tipped the Rebels. Oh.
Okay, flung out the back. Brazier can't take it. It's close to the boundary line. They're looking for an out of bounds on the full, but not getting it. And the umpire will throw it back in. .59 plays 16. Earlier today, the Geelong Falcons beat the Cannons by 1 point. Sensational game of footy. As the ball comes to centre wing for the Knights, Bocat runs on. Gets himself in a bit of trouble. Good corralling by Lohman, whose pressure forces the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. Between wing and half forward on the eastern side of the ground.
Minute 40 left.
McKeldrew up against Baker in the ruck. Good work by Baker, gets it down. It's a quick kick up forward. Bouncing through, good solid defence by the Rebels. And they see the ball over the boundary line, out of bounds. Forward pocket, 25 metres around from the Knights' goal. Trailing by 43 points. Boundary umpires set, throws in. McKeldrew over the back. And the umpire will come in and toss this up.
Tracking down towards three-quarter time. The Rebels hurried kick. Carlin scoops it up. His handball, it was delivered but then fumbled. Gets it back again to Carlin, got it across to Hill. His handball not great. And the ball over the boundary line and out of play through Wilson. 10 seconds left on the clock. Technica time clock in this third term. It's been all the Rebels.
It's been all Scott Carlin. Only 2 goals.
As the siren sounds and the Rebels are in a commanding position entering three-quarter time. 9-5-59. The Knights had their opportunities in that term, but were only able to get 2 behinds. 2-4 on the NG scoreboard. Crooksy, what do the goal kickers look like?
The Knights hasn't changed. Dintinasate and Brazier, 1 each. For the Rebels, 2 to Scott Carlin, 2 to Jed Hill, and 1 apiece to Matt Schnetting, Harrison Butler, Tyler Watts, Matty Lloyd, and Isaac Wareham.
I tell you what, it's hard to pick a best player in this game. We thought last game was hard. I mean, how do you... I don't even know how to pick 4 players in this game.
They'll be in the black and white.
Oh, yeah, well... Jeez, there's a lot of negativity coming. I'm glad... Jeez, there's a... Yeah,
I'm glad you're not coming home in the car with me. Oh. I'm sure everyone will be glad I'm in my own car today by myself.
At least we know with these games, unlike AFL, you can't leave at half-time because otherwise their kids are stranded here. So we know that they're going to be here. But it's a terrific performance from the Rebels. And I think it's probably their best performance of the year.
Yeah, I
think. Because every game, and there's that sense of feeling that the other team is going to come at them. Because they've had leads before and it's been chewed up bit by bit and then usually run over the top in the last term. And I've sort of been waiting for it. And they not only... held them off, but they kicked the only 2 goals of that quarter. And I think this is a terrific performance from the Rebels and certainly deserve credit for this. So, full credit to them and, good luck against Dandenong.
9-5-59 the Rebels. They lead the Knights at three-quarter time, 2-4-16. On the other side of this, the final term of the wild card match, number 2.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to aflddraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central.
Cowboys Cash and Carry have the largest range of clothing bargains in the northern suburbs for the whole family. School wear and workwear has just arrived and is half the price you would expect to pay at major stores. A family-run business, Cowboys Cash and Carry has new stock daily and 15,000 square feet of bargains. Come and see what the northern suburbs are raving about. Mention this ad and get 10% off their already cheap prices. Cowboys Cash and Carry, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown, open 7 days.
Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Mars Stadium as the sun again makes a reappearance. It is the Rebels 9-5-59 leading the Northern Knights 2-4-16. Not a dominant performance from the Rebels, but a consistent performance. They haven't faded out of the game as they have done in the past.
There's still time, but hopefully...
Mr. Negativity.
Well, no, I don't think they will. They've been able to keep up the effort throughout, and I think it's really a fantastic effort from them. The lowest score against has been 5-8-38. And right now the Knights are at 2-4-16, so there's another stat you can take to the bank. So the Knights need to kick at least another, 3 goals plus, 4 goals to be sure, to not be the lowest score of the year against the Rebels.
And when you rewind back 12 months, the Knights would want to be putting a little bit more respect on the scoreboard in this final term after going out, being blown away by Oakley last year in the elimination final. This year, they're getting wiped off the park at the moment by the GWV Rebels.
Who lost by 90 points last week to Oakley. Just put that in perspective. It's a different GWV Rebels outfit that has come out today, and it's fantastic because there's pride on the line for regardless each week. Yeah. No one likes getting beaten by 15 goals, and they've come back out and they've really shown it today.
Final term underway Here's Phil Crooks.
Ball in the middle. Beautiful sun shining down on Mars Stadium. The Rebels. It's a scrubby kick inside 50. Quick hands, too quick. And the ball is over the boundary line and out of bounds.
I wonder if the Terang Mortlake Football Club are offering the same boots, because Scott Carlin and Isaac Wareham both play for Terang Mortlake, and they have got the identical boots. Just wondering about
2 for 1 discount?
Yeah, maybe.
Ball thrown in. Carafa, Potter tackling. Ball to be thrown up again. 59 plays 16. Rebels, Martin, Hill. Close to the boundary line and thrown in again.
Another fact about Isaac Wareham, he's cousins with Georgia Wareham, if you watch the cricket. Renegades, I'm getting some blank looks, so probably not. But for all those Renegades fans out there, the Georgia Wareham, yeah, she's a spinner for the Renegades.
Okay. Ball in dispute, and again, lovely rainbow over the...
you know Crooksy's gone when he's trying to compliment the weather.
There's a lovely little rainbow.
Oh,
paint.
dear.
It's lovely. As the ball goes forward, Wild. Cam Wild. They kick up forward. Potter off the carpet. Lucente can't get it. Clearing kick. Schnedding. Centre wing. Feeds off the handball. Great work. Cooper Craig Peters. Now they're inside 50, the Rebels. Charlie Wilson. Snap.
And that'll be
your
it.
AFL Draft Central goal of the day. Clubhouse leader? I would say so.
Oh, maybe. Tyler Watts did a similar thing, and he's about 20 centimetres taller, so that's the only reason I'd almost have Tyler Watts there, but it was very good.
It was a classy goal. 10-5-65 on the NG scoreboard. The Northern Knights, sad, sorry, 2-4-16. 2.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Yep, there's still 22 and a half minutes left.
Is that long?
Cooksy's looking for a hole to crawl into, I think.
Smile, though, because the sun's out here at Mars Stadium.
With the rainbow.
With the rainbow.
Even though it feels like it's 5 degrees, as the Knights navigated well through traffic. Carafa goes inside, attacking 50, bouncing ball. Gillard, but take it away from him. Right.
Something to think. Yep, deliberate.
So free kick goes the way of the Knights. They move it quickly, or bobbled off the chest there of Philp, who sent it back. Now they head towards Brazier. Went over the top of his head. Rebels with numbers. Good tackle applied by Din Tino Sante to hold things up. And then, he's stolen it here, Din Tino Sante, but the Rebels have a goalkeeper. And taking the mark there was Polkinghorn. Goes wide with the kick. Scooping it up, Watts. Flicks it towards the centre wing outer side. Rebels just working harder. They get it to Lloyd, inside 50. And the mark, he's taken by Grant.
Hepburn boy. He kicked 90 goals when he was 13 and a couple of seasons over 100 goals.
Good Lord. Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He's someone I've been tracking for about 4 years now, because I was looking in those leading goal kickers they have, and yeah, 100 goals about 3 years in a row when he was a young teen. So.
Got very close to the man on the mark. Just falls on the line and is seen through for a minor score.
Yeah, sometime look him up and see how many. It's ridiculous how many he's kicked. It's a district league, though, it's worth mentioning. So,
50-point advantage now to the Rebels on the NG scoreboard. Comes back in, Knights. How's this going to be seen?
Surely.
No, throw it in.
Bizarre that wasn't called, but the other one was. Anyway.
We get a ball in 5 minutes into the final term on the Technica time clock.
Right in front of the interchange bench, and she got a bit of grappling in the ruck there, umpire. McKeldrew gets the tap out. And Schnelling being good. The non-officiating umpire calls that off the grid. They go forward, the Knights. Ball hits the deck. And then trapped under a pile of players, and the ball will be thrown in. He's played all right for the Knights, Sam Philp. Got plenty of the footy.
Endeavoured.
He's endeavoured.
Ooh, yeah.
Free kick.
Marnie, Camperdown boy, another Hampton leaguer.
Comes in. Inside 50, comes off hands. Kick smothered. And umpire will come in again. 6 minutes in. We are 30 metres out from the Knights' goal. Forcing the ball forward, but to mop up, and that is straight out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Sam Philp to take the resultant free kick. I'd have a shot, Sam. What do you got to lose? Big banana, Sammy boy.
Jeez, he's not even looking. Oh.
And the kick misses the target. Scrappy footy inside 50. They tunnel it out. Schnetting gets it out. Jugendhagel.
Look at that.
Nice hands.
He's going to be one of the best 3 disposal per game players this season.
Mitch Martin.
Oh.
That might have been high. Ball kicked. Knights decide to square it up onto the fat side. They go through the corridor. Ryan Gardner runs onto it. He's going to lose it.
Unlucky. Oh, look at this.
Dodd.
Now, surely they can't. Oh, okay.
And Mitch Martin has marked this. 35 metres out, directly in front, kicking to the northern end. He's looking for their 11th goal. They're 10-6 clickety-clicks at the moment. And Mitch Martin, he's a bottom ager, you said, Pete?
Yep. Very talented one. He's played mostly forward, but he'll play midfield next year. And he's just a lovely kick of the football. And, of course, I'm going to jinx him now, aren't I? He's going to miss this one.
Martin comes in. Kicks.
There we go.
Straight
Boom.
through the middle. That's their 11th. 11-6, 72 to 2-4-16 on the NG scoreboard. Coming up to 8.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Well, I think the Rebels are just timing their run right. They've just gone, don't worry about the home and away season. We'll just save ourselves for the wild card in the finals. So this is
it's finals
amazing.
Time, Pete. You just anything can happen at this time.
This is
makes
amazing.
It fun.
Like, yeah, I just didn't see this. I thought it might be a close game one way or another, but wow, this is comprehensive.
Stamping their authority, the Rebels, but they'll have a tough opponent next week in their elimination final. Knights take it inside 50. Wright, who's done a lot of things right today.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed.
He's
a bit of a character too, by all regards.
Solid in defence for the Rebels. So we get another ball up. 11-6, 72 plays 2-4-16 on the NG scoreboard. Travelled 9.5 into the final term on the Technica time clock. Hill getting up off the bottom of that contest. That's how this game's been played. Stop-start since the word go. Carlin tried to whack it on his boot. Lohman fighting in hard for it. Unable to extract it, and the umpire says, I'll have it back, please. I reckon they're the leading disposal getters on the ground today, the men in green. Had a lot of the footy in this match. Lohman got it across to Schnering. Was floating towards being out on the full, but stayed in play. Potter centering ball. Mackenzie takes the mark. Retreats a little bit, but centralises the footy to Uzelak. He now pokes it towards the top of the 50. And yeah, there were hands in the back. Nice little build-up there went wrong for the Knights. They bring it wide, and Grant, a long way from home, takes the mark. Defensive side of the broadcast wing. He'll go short to Ranieri. He'll poke it short again. Good fist from the Knights. Ranieri went back in after it, trying to get it to Schneering. Paddled it in front of himself. Hill picked it up, got it to Ranieri, who pops it towards the half forward flank. Ball cut off, and the mark is taken by Uzelak. Gives the handball off to McInerney. And the Knights try and go up the corridor once more. They use it by hand, and now a kick towards centre half forward pays off. The mark taken by White. Has a player wide, and taking the mark is Randall. 45-degree angle, 45 metres out. That kick didn't clear the man on the mark. Rebels get the turnover. Watts puts it into a bit of space. Wareham socketed in front of himself.
Oh, come on. You can't call deliberate in the forward 50. Oh, come on, umpire. You can't call deliberate in their forward 50. Oh, jeez, like. I'm with Crooksy on this one. Umpires, what is that?
It's not the go.
Oh, that's...
Not in the spirit of the game.
No. I mean, he's one-on-one with him. He was backing himself in a foot race. Oh.
And if anything, the kick was as part of the running motion.
Yeah. He was playing a taller player. He'd be quicker than him. He's not going to put it out. Oh, jeez, that's awful.
Rebels go inboard. They are really turning it on today. And Harrison Butler gets on the end of some good work, which was started by Matty Lloyd on the wing.
They just waited to play the Knights here and made sure Crooksy was commentating. That's what they did. They worked it out and said, this is the game we want to win.
Now, the Knights have beaten them twice this year.
They have, at this ground.
At this ground.
Yeah.
Butler comes in. He kicks from 40. There's another one. 12-6-78 on the NG scoreboard. 2-4-16. This is a shellacking.
It is, yeah, getting ugly.
The Technica time clock, 13 minutes down. Good Lord, they'll be disappointed 2 years in a row. The Knights have got to the September action, or, you know, got to September, and haven't covered themselves in glory.
And it's been the way that they've gone out.
Last year they were a bit undisciplined. Not a bit, they were very undisciplined.
And against one of the top sides of the competition.
Yeah, but today, the other mobs just wanted it more, which is always a very generic term, but if you've been watching the game, that is definitely the case. Dodd gets it across. Good talking. Grant on the right boot.
Hill
around the Johnny Horner.
Oh, he should have taken the mark.
It's a knock on.
I think they're getting a bit clever now. They're well done.
Smothered off the boot. Few heads dropped in the Knights' colours, which can happen.
I think he knew he'd done the wrong thing there. Wareham went back and smothered it.
Ball to be thrown in. We're 48 metres around from the Rebels' goal. Schneering can't get it out. On the carpet. Now Schneering by hand. They feed it out. The Knights drop the egg. Caught. One arm trapped. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Tough call there on Oscar White. And
that's
they get it over to Matty Lloyd on the left boot.
That's embarrassing. That is
Lloyd on the left foot puts through their 13th, 13-6-84 to 2-4-16 on the NG scoreboard. 15 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Is that Lloyd's second?
It is 9 individual goal scorers today for the Rebels out of their 13.
Highest score at Mars Stadium for the year.
Not a bad round to do it in.
No, plenty more to come. If just got a few lined up if they keep it up.
Ball bobbling around in the middle. Rebels again trying to clear. Dintino Sante is wrapped up as he tried to stop that momentum. Ball up, edge of the centre circle, fell into the hands of Schneering. He was dumped. Fighting for it, Boyd. Knights send it forward, bouncing ball. Good tackle from Lohman. And the Rebels work it clear through Jennings. They get it to Schneering. Schneering pops it inside 50. Butler takes the mark. He gave it off quickly. They've mucked this up. Have they? No, they haven't. Dodd.
Oh, wow. What have you done with the Rebels? What is going on?
Even when they fluff it.
I don't know what this team is. I'm the opposite to Crooksy. I'm stunned. I'm equally stunned, but for the other reasons, I just don't know what team this is.
Where they've been able to pull it out of.
I've never seen, like, this is hands down the best performance they've played all year, without a doubt. This is amazing. A 4-quarter effort.
And that's now 10 individual goal kickers today.
14-6-90 plays 2-4-16. They lead by 74 points. 17 minutes in. And Toby Marnie.
Kick it.
They go forward. Strong mark taken there by Yogi. They go out wide looking for Lucente. Gets it over to Potter. Sweeping handball to Carafa. Trying to get some run out of Potter. The handball comes back and the boundary line wins.
And just something like that. That is actually instinctive. Their motivation is high. There's, 10 minutes left. They've won the game. But to go backwards and just put the hand in and get it out of bounds is fantastic.
McKeldrew. Wrapped up in a tackle. Now the Rebels. Good work there. Quick kick forward.
I've liked his game as well, Harris
Jennings. We're in the middle.
Okay.
Wareham. It's a big kick. And Naylor takes it. Last line of defence. Naylor comes out wide. And mark taken here. Justin McInerney on half back. It's just a kick backwards to Naylor. Back to where we started from. Naylor kicks it back. Grant. Lohman, sweeping handball. Hill.
Nice, here we go.
Hill kick.
Goal of the day coming up. Goal of the day.
Get out of here, Jed Hill.
I knew once he picked that up, that was going through.
He wasn't centering it?
No, I knew that was going through. He has the talent to do that, and just someone got in the way and ruined the theatre. So
14-7-91 to 2-4-16, 19 minutes in.
Knights working it down the outer side. And Wareham again.
That's in the back.
Was able to hold things up. His teammate applied the tackle over the top of White, who was caught high and got the free kick and moves it to Gillard. Attacking side of the outer wing for the Northern Knights. High ball. Pack flies. Rebels follow the ball. Jennings again. Flicked it into the middle. Searching for Hill. He might end up with it here. He does. Sweeping handball to Jennings. Hill chasing after it once again. He's got a couple to beat. McKenzie showing his class. Took a bounce. Dished the handball off to Rossi. Got it inboard. They work it by hand to Davies. Centering ball. White takes the mark from 30 metres out. Puts it through.
That's a long time between drinks for sure. 20-minute mark of the second term was the last goal they had, and 20-minute mark of the final quarter. There you go, a full half of footy. That's
Pardon me.
That's not good. A full half, that's 50 minutes practically. Yeah, 50 minutes of footy.
Been a while.
Yes, it has.
3-4-22 the Knights, leading the Rebels 14-7-91 on the NG scoreboard. 20 and a half minutes into the final term on the Technica time clock.
Ball to be thrown up again.
Margin, what is it? 69.
22, yep, 69 points the difference.
Oh. Largest margin for the Rebels this season, winning 36. So
They kick out wide.
I think that was
Clear as a bell, the effects mic's working perfectly. Mile, Carafa. Carafa goes inboard.
Sorry, just wait if they kick another one.
Now the Knights go forward again.
Oh.
Rebels going to clear, Schnedding. Again the ball. Knights have got the numbers, haven't got the footy yet. And wrapped up in a tackle. Going nowhere. Ball to be thrown up. We're just in between the 50-metre arc and the centre square in the shadows of full time. Ball comes clear. Ugelhaven. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm hoping the weather's good next weekend.
Yeah.
See him on Icon Park. It'll be worth watching.
He's never going to be a possession winner, but he's one of those guys that when he goes near it, opposition defenders are going to worry. So he's a lovely mover, fantastic vertical leap. He's, one to watch.
Glanford, Grant.
He's not built too dissimilar to Stevenson, too. Lanky.
Now they're trying to keep the ball in, and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in. Have a call, Pete. There you go.
Oh, you've given up now.
Yeah, I've given up.
Yeah. So ball in now with Patrick Glanford and Nathan Howard going at it. Rebels have got this in the bag, but comes down and Glanford has a bit of a hit down, but it doesn't really go too far. Now we got Toby Marnie. Kicks inside 50. Martin in position. Uzlak overran it. Gets his own footy. He's getting tackled. Dropped out here. Marnie goes and gets it. Turns around now. Uzlak again. He's been good. Davies off half back. Kicks it long to the wing. Lohman was under it. Couldn't pick it up. Jennings tried to have a go. Carlin went in. Ugelhagen. There's Rebels everywhere. Wright. He's tackled by McInerney. Davies. Good tackle by Wright. And he's been rewarded. So Jaden Wright on the wing. Not long left now. There's about 1:15. Looks around and you might as well go forward because it's no point going back. Goes to the 50. There's all the tall timber down there. It's the Knights through Sturgis. He looks around. They've got another one that kicks out. Potter's on the wing, on the half back. He's got all the space in front of him. If he can pick it up, Matty Lloyd comes to him. He kicks along the wing and it's another Knights mark and there won't be too much left in this one. 50 seconds, he kicks long. Gillard was there, as was Craig Peters, but seems to be locked up and, no, got it out now. Looked like Watts who kicked it out. Martin dropped it. Butler to Martin. There's 32 seconds left. Martin, back over there, Nilly. Butler comes to him. Potter gets the hands out. Knights desperately trying to kick it out. Not that it will matter too much. 20 seconds left. And Sturgis, it looks like, has just rolled in for a mark. And he looks inboard, and it looks like The Rebels are not going to get their highest score of the year, which I was hoping for, with the 1 goal. They needed 1 more goal. 96 was their highest score, and they're at 91 at the moment. But the siren's going to sound on a very sweet birthday for Phil Partington as the Rebels get home 14-7-91 to the Knights 3-4-22, much to the disappointment of Phil Crooks.
Oh dear, that's a massive win. They're going to have one more shot at goal. Anthony Carafa, is it?
No, that's, yeah. Adam, do you mean Adam?
Adam, sorry. Adam
Yep.
Carafa.
Well, the Knights are going to have a crack, and 69 points it sits at the moment. Yeah, the Knights, obviously, not a great day. Trying to finish off on a high. Comes in, Ugelhagen on the mark. Long-range shot is not going anywhere near it. And punched away. So that'll be it. 14-7-91. The Rebels have come and they have got the job done in convincing style, as it looks like it's about to pour down here, much like it will back at Preston City Oval when they head back tonight.
That's raining out there, Matto, is it?
No, not really. just a little damp.
That's me, Matt, Captain Obvious.
That's Crooksy up in the box. He's damp here and there's no rain.
Tell you what, it's also very, very cold out here.
All right, you're doing a fine job there. The goal. Who was the other goal kicker for the Knights in the last quarter there? I'm trying to think.
Was it Brazier?
Didn't Tinasante and Brazier in the...
Oh, you had the Brazier one.
I'm trying to think who kicked the last goal. I haven't got him, but for the Rebels, Carlin 2, Butler 2, Hill 2, and Lloyd 2.
Oh, Oscar White.
Oscar White,
yeah,
that's
he was
right.
the other one.
And 1 each to Schnedding, Wilson, Martin, Tyler Watts, Isaac Wareham, and Ben Dodd. And Matto is just going to bring a couple of the boys forward here, to have a chat to. Tell him not to be shy, Matt.
No, I've told him to stitch him up because he stitched up Charlie Wilson the week before.
And all the Rebel boys are going to gather round. Down on the ground is Matt Cox speaking to Jed Hill.
Tell you what, it's our highest rating audience currently, with most of the Rebels list sitting off us. Jed, impressive performance today from the GWV Rebels. We've remarked up in the box it's probably the best performance from the side all year.
Yeah, I think we all just played as a team and worked together and stuck to the game plan, especially reset at half time and followed through with the 4-quarter performance. It was good.
Was that important coming, or an important point coming from Mark Gregg, your coach, at half-time, considering there have been a few occasions this year you've faded away?
Yeah, we just obviously had to reset, refocus, regroup, and go back to the game plan and just come out again like we did it in the first half. Played the team.
2 goals for you today and created a few up forward as well. How do you rate your own performance?
Oh, I think I started all right, but sort of dropped out of it a little bit, but then went in the midfield, so that's all right. Get my hands on it a bit more. But yeah, Mitch Martin burnt me a couple of times, so would have been all right if he hit me up.
What about the fact that you've now made an elimination final? Is that something that the group takes a lot of pride in?
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, we know we can match it with the best teams. If we play what we did today and play a 4-quarter performance, I think we can be dangerous, and it's good that we put the foot down that second half and built the lead.
Well, congratulations, great performance today. You get the TAC Cup Radio beanie.
Thank you very much.
Good luck next week against Dandenong.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jed.
Thank you.
Doing a great job out there in the rain, Matto.
Just grab you before it buckets down too much out here. Well done from you today. It's just saying to Jed, a real team performance today from the Rebels.
Yeah, it was. It was real good. We knew we had to win today to get in the finals next week, so looking forward to the challenge against Dandenong. I'm pretty sure we play.
Did you think you'd make it at the halfway point of the season?
We always knew we were going to be in a wildcard final. We just didn't know who would play. And against Northern Knights, we usually have a good battle against them, and we thought we were good enough to beat them today, so got the job done.
Was that spoken about during the week that they'd beaten you on both occasions here throughout the course of the home and away season?
Yeah, it definitely was mentioned. We knew we had to bring our best game to beat them today, so lucky we got the win.
I'm cold, I don't know about you, but go and enjoy the win with the mates, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, cheers.
Beanie as well for you, bud.
Oh, cheers. Well done. Thank you.
Good work. And well done to the Rebels. They'll be happy, boys,
Great win.
as they hit the hot showers. So, great win to the Rebels. Earlier today we had the Falcons beat the Cannons by 1 point. So the Falcons go on to play Gippsland next weekend, and the Rebels play Dandenong.
So, you know, just an easy task.
4 country teams.
Yeah. So that will, no, it doesn't guarantee them a finalist because, they'll play the 4th and 5th.
Okay.
So it won't be a guaranteed country league, but, yeah, the country teams are through, so.
That's good. Okay, now what was our mark of the day today in this one?
Oh, the mark of the day. There were a few good
Do you remember
ones.
the executive maintenance one, Matto?
There was Uzlak had a good one, didn't he? Up the.
There was nothing spectacular.
No, I remember Uzlak had a good one up that end, the defence. I don't know if you want to.
I was going to say there was a defensive mark that I remember, but I didn't put it down on.
I think it was Uzlak.
Okay, and the AFL Draft Central goal of the day went. So you can decide.
I thought of Tyler Watts because
okay, we'll stick with Tyler.
Yeah, both he and Charlie Wilson did a similar thing, and it's only because Tyler's 20 centimetres taller. That's pretty much, you know.
Fair enough.
Big
Good
men
call.
do that. So.
And you coming up, Matt, or are you down there?
I'll staying down.
I'll stay here because otherwise, if I hop in the lift, I'll lose you.
You'll lose me. All right, the votes in the Nixon Finance Player of the Day. I'll kick them off, if you like, just to draw a breath.
I reckon we might want to tally them up as we're going because I think this is going to be very different potentially.
So I gave 1 vote to one of the 2 of the guys that you interviewed. Jed Hill, I gave 1 vote to. Thought he was clever, always looked dangerous up forward. I gave 2 votes